Arya and down. Sky just asked, what happened here? Just kill him? If you could change your fate, would you?
Down is just going to respond with, nope. And she's going to keep staring him down.
Down, you're going to keep staring at down? Oh my god. You're looking in a mirror, down. It's you from the future, 10 years in the future.
Oh no. Do you have a message for yourself?
Don't do the thing on the night of the 22nd.
Don't do the thing.
I'm just kidding. So, Arya, how do you react after Sky asks that?
She's still neutral to the whole thing. She's still interested in the bag.
Alright, so Sky, you come in and you see that this scene, down, you see that the hand, nice, down, you see that the hand is no longer reaching towards that what's called, that pocket.
Okay.
And just stop still. You can still clearly tell that he's faking it. You can see that even though he's trying to seem, like dead, you can still see his chest just barely ever so slightly rising and falling from the breasts that he's trying to hide.
Well, then she's gonna try to intimidate him a little bit. We all know you're not dead.
He's not?
What? He's not.
So he's gonna respond with, "And how do you know I'm not? And how do you know I'm not dead?
Oh, he's not.
I'm totally dead." And he goes back to trying to be, comfortable. This time he sticks his tongue out for good measure.
And he holds like a daisy over his chest.
Yeah.
So Sky still has that newspaper. She rolls it up and bops him on the head.
And then the newspaper burns.
Oh no.
Why? What'd you do that for? Screw it. I'm not convincing anyone, am I? I got caught.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So, what were you doing here?
He looks up at...
Never mind.
What were you saying?
No, I was going to say other than robbing, but that's kind of exactly what you wanted to know. So, I don't know why I would do that.
Well, he was telling the truth. He was cleaning up the place.
There I was, Les. There I was, miss. I was cleaning up the place. I was taking out all the unwanteds or the unneededs, and I was taking them off of their hands and just taking them to my estate.
At this point, Arya is going to open the bag to see what's in there.
All right, so from all those clinking and shuffling sounds, you can tell that he was in fact stealing away all of the alcohol bottles that he could make off with. He was throwing in pieces of cloth, anything really, like oven mitts, rags, tablecloths, anything to try
and napkins.
Used napkins, even. This one even still has a bit of snot on it. Ugh, disgusting.
He was pulling gum off the bottoms of the tables.
And then he was chewing them. Ugh, disgusting. No, but it seemed that he was taking off with a lot of bottles and trying to put cloth in between them, so that they wouldn't break. Jesus, English, man, Jesus. So that they wouldn't break. It appears that he was also taking a bunch of silverware, a bunch of the mugs that were made of more metal material than anything. He was also taking away some, just a few, but not all of them. Some of the cakes. He was trying to take all the cakes.
Okay,
all the cakes.
All the cakes.
He was taking all the cakes.
I was prepared to let this slide, but that is unacceptable.
All right, so that is what you find inside this burlap sack after you inspect it. So, how do respond?
She's going to close it, put it back down, and turn to the three of them and say,
You must live a pretty sad life.
Oi, no need for insults.
You can't.
He
You can't even
came
find
back from
something
the dead.
proper to steal?
He came back from the dead, but I didn't quite catch that. Sorry.
you can't even find something proper to steal.
What are you talking about? There's great a liquor in there.
In the meantime, Sky is gonna hog tie him with her other rope.
And it will be gone by the next day if you take it.
All right, so down. I'm gonna need another perception check.
Alrighty.
Just down, since she's literally on top of him, and Sky's
18.
above. All right, so let's see.
Come on, Discord, I believe in you.
Well, okay. So, all right, so you. How do I do this? You were not prepared for what happens next. Neither was anybody else. So, as Sky was approaching, getting out the rope and all that, down, you failed to notice his hand reaching back into his pocket. This time.
That's fair.
Whereupon he pulled out quickly and, really, really, really nervously, threw down a few small black round metallic objects, which then, after a brief second, the little cling-clang noise of hitting the ground, you all notice them, these black balls on the ground, before suddenly they all release giant clouds of smoke, enveloping this entire room in more smoke than the fires were already putting in it. So, whereupon everything goes very, very dark. There's fog everywhere before down. You begin to struggle. Give me a strength check. I need an opposing strength check.
Alright, do I have time to rage?
Bonus action, 6 seconds. I'm going to say no for now.
That's fair. Alright.
Because you didn't notice him until he actually threw them down. Well,
Alright.
so I'll say no for now.
Check, saving throw, or athletic?
Strength check.
Okay.
Just a raw
I don't
strength
think I'm proficient in just raw strength.
check. You can't be proficient in an ability check.
Yeah,
That's your skills.
I know.
Yeah, but regular strength check. D20 plus your strength mod.
Oh no.
Dice pot, please. Dice pot.
Did you even enter a command? I don't see
Yeah,
anything.
we don't see it.
Oh no, am I liking?
Do you want another channel?
Did somebody just log
I'm
out
in
or
Errf.
something?
I got it. I'll just roll it.
D20 plus 3.
Oh, okay. That's what I rolled.
Yeah, no, it's been there for a moment.
Okay. I don't know then.
Yeah, came up as a 14.
Oh. Huh. I got 14 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Lagging on my
Where
end.
is that actually? I don't see it on my screen.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Down did 1d20 plus 3, and then right below it is he rolled 11. So
Plus
that's-
3.
Yeah.
And then I see down saying dice bot.
Yeah, because on my screen, all I see is the 1d20 plus 3, then dice bot, nothing else.
I don't even see that. I see the last message I see is Sky writing just down, and then
I think
face.
Discord's having
I
problems.
think Discord
can't
just
access-
did a derp.
Yeah, I can't
because-
access it on mobile.
Okay, so let's see if I write a message, it'll bring back the chat. Hold on.
I think it was
Viewers,
just you and Galarian.
Discord just crashed on us, so just be warned.
Welcome
That one
back.
little section that you're not going to hear. Because you're going to edit
What
that
do
out,
you
right?
mean? What do you mean
What?
edit it
I have plans
out?
for it.
Anyway,
plans.
so getting back into the things, small recap that probably isn't needed. So yeah, down. You failed to notice that this humanoid reached into his pocket finally and released a couple of smoke bombs, shrouding everything in thick clouds. I needed opposing strength checks. What was it again? 14.
Yeah, 14.
It was 14. I just went back to look. So 14. So as the smoke bombs went off, Sky, Arya, you both were surprised that this room was now full of a lot more smoke. Down, however, you began to struggle with this humanoid. It appears that he is trying to get out of your grasp. He did not successfully get out of it. However, he is struggling very hard, very hard. He's like trying to like grab onto your like chest feathers, trying to knock you with his elbows. Then I need another strength check.
All right. She's gonna say some swears and squawk. All right, cover your ears.
Burp swears.
I heard that.
And
my
do I
mom.
have? Actually, I don't know if I do. Do I have time to make a spell out? 10.
No.
Maybe if it was a reaction spell.
Yeah, and plus you're actively struggling against this dude. It'd be
Wait,
kind of
do I
hard.
actually? Now that we're struggling, do I have time to rage?
Yes,
Okay, he
but
does
you
that.
can't but you can't retroactively change this dice roll. So for now, you got a perfect neutral. So let's see. All right, so you continue to struggle with this humanoid. He's not that strong. He can't get out of your grasp. Imagine like a little toddler trying to smack you. He got a nat 1 if you couldn't tell what else was flying. By the way, I'm sorry for the dogs in the background. It's Vamp. He won't show you.
It's thematic, as you said.
Anyway, so he's like a little toddler trying to like, trying to smack you. I'm really sorry for these dogs. They really don't like the new people, like or any new person showing up at the door. So you're down. You're struggling with this humanoid. Arya, Sky, you both have. It's been like a few seconds. You've both had enough time to react and hear these shouting dogs in the background that are suddenly here. You two, how do you respond to this entire room being engulfed in smoke and it getting very hard to see? And Arya, you even heard Down swear a bit. Sky, on the other hand, you just heard a bunch of squawks.
As soon as the smoke appears, I bolt for the door and try to block it.
All right, so easily finding your way backwards from where you were just heading, you do manage to get to the door and put the lock on it with your hooves. Arya, how did he respond?
She is going to take. She's taking both talons, one to the rapier, the other to the sack, and she is going to make sure they stay there.
Wait, so you're not locking it. What are you doing, Sky? You're just blocking it.
Standing in the doorway.
Oh, so the door is open and you're in the doorway, right? That's what you're doing? Okay,
Yes.
Okay. So you both can clearly hear Down struggling with this humanoid man. You can hear him just trying to smack it down any way that he can, trying to struggle. Down, I'm going to need another strength check, which since you've raged now, you have advantage on. Who the hell is freaking... Oh, okay. I got a notification.
11.
Wow. Aside of me complaining about someone notifying me in PMs, so with your 11, you don't keep him in your grasp. He managed to get a good elbow in right at your beak. And that stunned you long enough for him to get free of you. However, he is still underneath you. You have enough time to grab his legs to try and trip him if you'd like.
I would like to do that.
All right. So after managing to free himself from your arms or your front half, Griffin anatomy is weird to explain. Anyway, after he manages to get out of your grasp, from underneath you, he starts to try and bolt for the door, or at the very least, the direction he remembers the door being, before you manage to grab both of his legs around the calf area, to where he then proceeds to fall flat on his face, where he begins to shout back at you, "Oi, let me go, let me go!" And he's trying to actively like kick you in the face as good as he can. So, Sky, Arya, you two hear the sounds of struggling. Sky, it sounds a lot closer to you because he did in fact say he's trying to get out. What do you do now that you've grabbed his legs? You're holding him as best as you can.
Okay. She's going to try to put a talon on his neck and just push down, hold him down there.
All right. Either give me an athletics check or an acrobatics.
I would love to give you an athletic.
All right.
It's going to be a 21.
Was that with advantage?
It wasn't. Do you want it? I guess it should
Might
be.
as well.
Go for
I'm just going to say
nat.
6 seconds hasn't
Right.
passed.
Okay,
I'm
21.
just going to say 6 seconds hasn't passed because,
he
whatever.
popped up the nose, that counts. Right?
Yeah. I'll say it does for now because story-wise things. Anyway, with the 21. Yeah. You successfully make him. You successfully find an opening in his struggling to the point where you can actively jump a little bit, a little forward, and from the back, not smash it, but like hold his neck and head against the ground with your talon. He is very easily. Sorry, hiccup. Ugh, something came out wrong. He is easily pinned down. And I assume that the rest of you is pinning him down, like your legs are on his legs and stuff like that?
Yeah, all that fun stuff.
All right. So he is successfully pinned down as he cannot escape from your grasp, your griffin grasp, your griffasp.
Oh.
All right. So he is, from right now, he's just yelling at you guys and yelling obscenities and a lot of other things. So for now, let's cut back to Glenn and Micaiah. So first off, Micaiah, during this whole escapade, you were searching around town while also helping with fires. You went in a different direction than Sky went, right? That's what you said?
Yeah.
All right.
She's probably going to take a look around, try and find to look for down in Arya, but she's more focused on actually putting out the fires.
All right. So while you were putting out fire, you do run across a few civilians that are putting out the buildings that you're putting out. A lot of them, actually. You see a good maybe 15 of them running like in formation, like in a line. Running towards the building that you're putting out. A couple of them split off to different buildings, but for the most part, you do get a lot of help in putting out the building that you went for. Going back for more water yields a few results. You don't find Arya or Down, nor do you see Sky or Glenn again. However, you do in fact spot a familiar face. You spot the blacksmith. Where's the blacksmith? Well, he's right there because you see him. You see the blacksmith, the one from the shop where you guys bought your weapons from. Not the one that's like that gave Arya the weapon for the millionth customer. Not that one. The big stupid one. The one that sounds like the heavy. That one. You see that blacksmith. He appears to be carrying on his shoulder that monk thing. You remember the pole with like two buckets on the end of it. He is carrying that. However, he's instead on his back. He's carrying a metal rod with 2 big barrels of water on them. and he's running back and forth through the nearby fires that he can. He appears to be doing a very good job at putting out fires. He does, in fact, see you coming back for more water as he is refilling as well. And he begins and he pipes up with, "Tiny reindeer, you help?"
Nothing.
What was that?
Try again.
She said that she was helping.
Okay. So he responds with, "You have magic that can help with fire?"
Some ice magic, but that's it.
He actually puts his hand to his chin in thought for a moment as he fills one giant barrel up of water before snapping his fingers, looking at the barrel and looking at you. He says, "Reindeer help! Freeze barrel! Big splash! Boom! Help!"
What?
It seems he's asking you to freeze the barrel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should do that. She's gonna cast Ray of Frost onto the barrels.
All right, just because plot, I'm gonna say it's enough to freeze the barrel with multiple castings.
Correct.
So after casting it a few times, I'll say like 3 times. So after casting it 3 times, he now has a solid chunk of ice in a barrel. However, you did see him throw in a tiny lime and a bit of some kind of weird powder. Now, it doesn't take an engineer to know what he just did. He kind of just threw a bit of gunpowder in there and gave it a little line. What are those lines called? Just a string? Is there a specific term for them?
Like a fuse?
There we go, a fuse. It doesn't take an engineer to notice what he did. He put a bit of gunpowder in the water that you were freezing. He gave it a fuse, and he's essentially got an ice bomb with him, which he then responds with you giving many thanks and gratitudes to you. And yes, that's exactly how the English gratitudes. Yeah, he actually tells you to follow him towards where he's going. Do you follow him?
Okay, well, nod to him and follow.
All right. So where he's been going, it appears that it's one of the more burned down places. A lot of these buildings, you can already see, mostly everything has been burned down, and it's mostly just framework at this point. Some buildings are more burnt than others. Some are still framework. Some are actually just fallen down now. But the few that are still standing and somewhat all right, he walks over to one of the burning buildings, gets a small spark going on the fuse, and just chucks it, like just football Hail Marys it into one of the buildings in a timely manner, just so that once the barrel enters through the burning roof, that it explodes in this icy, massive cloud in the building. Yeah, he's like boogieing down. He's like, and in victory, as actually it friggin' works. It doesn't just launch a bunch of ice shards everywhere. It works like what's called like a bunch of icy mist just like blows up in the building, and it doesn't take any more damage. You can just tell that a lot of the fire's been put out miraculously. You have no idea how that physics just went down, but that's what happened. It's weird, but it worked.
Don't question it.
Yes.
She's gonna look at that, then back to him and it's like, I had no idea that would work. That's genius.
I need more help, Ranger. You help?
She's gonna nod and say, "Well, what do you need me to do next?"
We need more ice. We need to round up magic people. We need to make them freeze battles.
Oh man, this is why I'm glad that for rank cantrip, so I can cast it willy nilly.
There you go. All right, so he's essentially saying that we need to round up all the magic users that can make things frozen, so that we can keep doing this. So we can freeze barrels and do this. No.
So that's
Freaking tequila. Sorry. Continue, Micaiah.
so she's gonna agree with him on that. I'm getting as like cold casters, cryomancers.
All right.
There you go.
Yay.
The ward.
And the award for biggest word used in this campaign is Micaiah with Cryomancer. An astounding 10 letters. I'm pretty sure there have been longer words. Anyway, so with your help, you do round up a few casters from around the fountain that held all the water. Also with the aid of the local authorities, you do also find even more casters that can help you with this crazy idea. And after explaining it to them, they're like, "What?" And then you're just like, "It works. Trust me." And then they're like, "What?"
Yeah, I can show you.
What was that? You kind of cut off a bit.
You're cutting out a lot.
I can even show you the house with you.
Oh, okay. So they reluctantly help out, but they do in fact help you out. And the next houses or the next areas that you go into is actually the area that Glenn is actually coming back from. Glenn, all this time you were helping Robin cast more create or destroy water. However, I'm not gonna rob you of all your spell slots.
Only most of them.
Only most of them. How many first level spell slots do you have? 3?
I only have first level spell slots, but yes, 3.
Do you have any? Oh, right. You don't. You're multi-class, right? You don't have second level. Okay.
Well, I'm also a ranger, so yes, I only have first level.
Look at all
Yeah.
these multi-classes.
I was just thinking about that. Anyway, so 3 first level spell slots. I'll say, it was a lot of water, but I'm not gonna get rid of all 3. I'm just gonna get rid of most, which means
2.
Yes, yes, you got it. However, you did in fact take care of a large majority of houses while you were helping Robin. So there was that. However, the vast majority of the city does seem to still be in smoke. However, as you were coming back to try and go to another area of the city, you crossed paths with Micaiah and the giant blacksmith guy that you met a while back. They appear to be carrying barrels and buckets full of water. Actually, it looks heavier. It seems to be ice.
It smells like
The tiny
lime.
fumes coming out of it.
Lime and salt.
Anyway, so you see as you're coming back that a few the civilians are throwing their buckets after lighting them a little bit on fire. The fuse specifically, after they lit the fuse, they throw them in the houses, which then somehow make an icy explosion, as if you're like you had like pocket snowballs that like just kind of expanded, kind of like that. It just like made a bunch of snow. It's really
Not
weird.
like snowball swarm.
Kinda. I mean, it's more like there's just a bunch of icy mist and like some snow, but like it's coming out of a bucket that was blown up with the fuse and gunpowder. It's just a strange concept to you, but it's working. You can see that for sure.
Glenn looks confused.
All right, so the blacksmith, this guy is gonna respond with
Confusion, but effective.
as he just like Hail Marys another barrel into another burning house, as it just explodes. The top floor of it being mostly, like icy and covered in snowflakes. Somehow.
Glenn shrugs. Can't argue with results.
He responds,
Shut up!
You shut up, medic. We need a medic.
Anyway. All right, so after a few moments of reconvening, Robin and Tarragon, Glenn, you three meet up with Makai and the blacksmith. And after finding out about each other's plans of how Robin and you have been, Glenn, have been using this crystal orb to put out a majority of the fires, and doesn't kill your spell slots in the process, telling Micaiah that, and Micaiah telling you their plans of getting barrels full of water and buckets as well, and freezing them with a little bit of gunpowder and giving them a fuse, making like snow grenades or something.
It makes sense, I swear.
Yeah, it's magic. I ain't gotta explain shit. If there's magic involved, I ain't gotta explain shit. Anyway, so that is what you tell each other, and as you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you 5 help out this side of the city, everyone now at this point is kind of in their set places. Glenn, Micaiah, Blacksmith, Robin, Tarragon, because I was about to call him Balthazar. Tarragon, you all are in a separate part of the city helping out put out the fires. There's a lot of smoke brewing around in your side of the city. It is still very, very active, and there's still many fires raging on, burning buildings and burning establishments. However, you are all trying your best. The city is trying its best to try and recover from this. However, over on a different side of town, Down, Arya, and Sky are busy with their own ordeal, taking care of this one robber that was trying to make out with. No, wait, not make out with. Trying to make off with.
Oh no!
He was trying to make out with the bottles.
I would
And
have
good
liked
thing
to
you
be.
stopped him.
New ship. New ship. Arya.
Those bottles aren't even 18 years old. You sicko.
Wow, why are you even drinking them then?
Sorry, I'm sorry. They were trying to stop a robber trying to make off with various valuables, because there was silverware and other such things in there in that sack. They were stopping this person. However, the scene kind of pans out on a more of a big view overlooking the city, as kind of like the entire city seems to be smoking and on fire. Think the intro to Sonic 06, but like actually good.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Hey, the intro was okay. It was the rest of the game that sucked.
yeah, you're right. All right, so hold on. Let me go get something real quick on the internet. I'm not actually leaving. I just need to get something real quick. All right, let's go. Midnight. You do have Bard music, right?
I should. No, I don't. Now I do.
Okay, good. Just checking. So as the view of the city looks like from an outside point of view, looks all smoky and full of fire and just charred remains of what the city once was. You all can even feel just this massive thump in the earth, like boom. After a few moments, you hear another boom. You can feel it. Vibrations cause everyone to stop what they're doing and cause them to look up into the air, to the sky, looking for any source of this noise, this feelings. Another boom resounds throughout the earth. Everyone is looking everywhere to try and find the source of it. Whereupon, after a few tense moments, another boom does not come. However, a few tense moments later, they hear it. Everyone, all of you, everyone in the city hears this. Just don't have Bard too loud. Just I'm warning your eardrums. Just let it play out.
Well, snap.
Gojira!
Godzilla!
All right, thank you, Bard. And that is where we will end session today. So, how was it?
Fire.
Gojira.
Nobody caught on fire, so everything is.
No, the Paperboy did.
Yeah, but he got better.
Discord caught on fire.
That is
All
true.
right.
Discord.
Wait, hold on. Did Micaiah leave?
Galarian caught on fire.
Oh no!
He's like, session over, I'm out.
Psych. The wrong number.
Well, yeah, that's session for today, midnight. I hope the little unprepared for interruption in the middle isn't going to give you too much work.
Nah,
Yeah.
he'll just leave it all in. You just leave it all in. It's fine.
It won't be work because I'll just leave it in.
Exactly.
I have plans.
All right, but yeah. So wait, are you still recording?
Yeah.
Always.
All right. So just real quick. So to the people to everyone really, because you didn't hear the audio. It's a Godzilla scream. It's a Godzilla scream. That was the end. Everyone heard.
Exactly like
It's
that.
probably just the wind. That's the sound wind makes.
The link is
As the smoke suddenly clears, you see a giant Godzilla coming from the ocean.
Oh no, are we fighting the whatever you call it already?
The kaiju,
No,
the
the
dinosaurs,
D&D
Yes.
equivalent.
the dinosaurs.
The Tarrasque.
No, we probably are fighting the dinosaurs, but yeah, the Tarrasque. Oh no.
If the trash shows up, we need to
The
evacuate.
dinosaurs are coming by for a routine market visit. However, they didn't get the memo that the whole damn place is on fire.
Well, we won't know what will happen until next session. So yeah, good session, guys. Good session. I especially like the character interactions this time because you actually talk to each other.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, especially down in Aria. You guys get bonus EXP once I get around to it.
Woo.
But not really, because you'll still all level up at the same time. But you get bonus
Oh.
EXP. So yeah. So I thought that counts.